Your phone felt incredibly fast when you first bought it. Apps opened instantly. Scrolling felt perfectly smooth. Everything responded the moment you touched the screen. But after a year or two, something changes. Apps take longer to load. Animations feel less smooth. Sometimes the phone even freezes for a moment. Many people assume the phone is simply getting old. But the real explanation is much more interesting. Your phone isn't slowing down because it's old. It's slowing down because several hidden systems inside the phone are working differently over time. Software updates, storage behavior, battery protection, background activity. All of these things gradually affect performance. Today we're breaking down why your phone gets slower over time, and what's really happening inside your device. But before we dive in, if you enjoy simple explanations of the technology you use every day, subscribe. Because on this channel we break down complex tech and make it finally make sense. First, software updates. Let's start with something many people don't expect. Software updates. Updates are designed to improve your phone. They fix security vulnerabilities, add new features, improve compatibility with new apps. But updates also introduce something else: more demanding software. Each new operating system version is built for newer hardware as well. That means the software may expect more processing power, more memory, more advanced graphics capabilities. Newer phones handle these demands easily, but older phones have to work much harder. So after several updates, the same hardware is now running heavier software than it was originally designed for. And that can make the phone feel slower. Second, storage filling up. Another major reason phones slow down is storage usage. When your phone is new, the storage is mostly empty. But over time it fills with photos, videos, apps, downloads, system files. And storage doesn't behave well when it becomes nearly full. Modern phones need free space to operate efficiently. That free space is used for temporary files, app updates, system caching. When storage becomes too full, the phone struggles to manage these processes, which can lead to slower app launches, delayed file access, reduced overall responsiveness. In simple terms, a crowded storage system makes the phone work harder to find and manage data. Third, storage fragmentation. Now let's look at something most users never see: storage fragmentation. When you install and delete apps over time, files become scattered across the storage system. Instead of data being stored in one clean block, pieces of it end up in different locations. Imagine a library where the pages of a single book are spread across different shelves. To read the book, you'd have to run around collecting pages. This is similar to what the phone's storage controller sometimes has to do. It must gather small pieces of data from different locations, which takes more time, over months or years. This can slightly reduce storage efficiency, and that contributes to slower performance. Fourth, background apps. Modern smartphones run many apps in the background, even when you're not actively using them. These apps may be doing things like checking for messages, refreshing social media feeds, syncing data to the cloud, tracking location updates. Each background task uses CPU power, memory, network activity. Individually, these tasks are small, but when dozens of apps are doing it simultaneously, they compete for the phone's resources. This can cause slower app switching, delayed notifications, reduced system responsiveness. Over time, as more apps accumulate, background activity becomes heavier, which can make the phone feel slower. Fifth, app updates. Just like operating systems, apps also evolve. Developers constantly add new features, more animations, more integrations, more background services. But these improvements often make the app larger and more demanding. An app that used to be simple might now include video processing, advanced graphics, AI features, all of which require more processing power. So even if your phone hardware hasn't changed, the apps running on it have become much more complex, which means they require more resources to run smoothly. 6. Battery aging. This is one of the most misunderstood reasons phones slow down. Battery aging. Most smartphones use lithium-ion batteries, and these batteries naturally degrade over time. After hundreds of charge cycles, the battery's ability to deliver stable power decreases. When the battery becomes weaker, the phone may reduce processor performance to protect itself. This is called battery throttling. It prevents sudden shutdowns when the processor demands high power. But it also means the phone's processor may run at lower speeds, which can make the phone feel slower than before. 7th. Thermal management. Heat also plays a role in phone performance. When your phone gets too warm, the system automatically reduces processor speed. This process is known as thermal throttling. It protects internal components from overheating. But if a phone heats up frequently, during gaming, charging, or heavy use, the processor may repeatedly slow itself down, which temporarily reduces performance. Over time, this can make the phone feel less responsive during demanding tasks. 8th. RAM limitations. Another hidden factor is RAM usage. RAM is the short-term memory your phone uses to keep apps ready. When RAM is full, the phone must close older apps to make space for new ones. This process is called memory management. But when apps become larger and more complex, they require more RAM. If the phone has limited memory, it must constantly reload apps, which leads to slower multitasking, more loading screens, less smooth switching between apps. 9th. System services. Modern smartphones also run many system services in the background. These services handle things like security monitoring, cloud synchronization, voice assistance, AI optimizations. These features improve the overall experience, but they also consume processing power and memory. As software evolves, more system services are added, which gradually increases the workload on the phone's hardware. So what's really happening? When your phone slows down, it isn't caused by just one factor. It's the combination of many things happening over time. Software updates becoming more demanding, storage filling up, files becoming fragmented, apps running background tasks, batteries aging, and system services increasing. Together, these changes slowly increase the workload on the phone's hardware, which is why the device that once felt lightning fast may eventually feel slower. Closing. Modern smartphones are incredibly powerful devices, but like any complex system, their performance evolves over time, not because the phone suddenly became worse, but because the software, apps, and usage around it continue to grow. Understanding these hidden processes helps explain why your phone behaves the way it does. And sometimes, the slowdown you experience isn't a flaw. It's simply the result of years of technology evolving around your device. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want more simple explanations about the technology you use every day, subscribe. Because on this channel, we turn complicated technology into simple ideas you can actually understand. And in the next video, we'll break down another piece of everyday tech that's secretly far more advanced than it looks. I'll see you in the next one.